Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier this week we talked about Mega Jolteon, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Espeon. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation of what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or I want a Mega Evolution for. Now, this is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, we'll be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Espeon. Now, to be honest, Espeon doesn't really need a Mega Evolution. I mean, there's nothing much I can go off of other than that. But regardless, if Game Freak decides to give an eeveelution a Mega Evolution, it's gonna be a matter of time until all of the eeveelutions get a Mega, because why would you give part of an evolution line a Mega but not the other half? Like, for instance, Gardevoir. In X and Y, we had Mega Gardevoir, but we didn't have Mega Gallade. Now, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we got Mega Gallade, but it was kind of understandable why we got a Mega Gallade, considering that in the original Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, if you want to count that as well, Wally catches a Ralts. Everyone knows that. But then its final evolution was Gardevoir, so I understand why they gave Wally a Mega Gallade, because it's a male. I mean, it fits him. But regardless, out of all the eeveelutions, honestly, I think Espeon is probably one of the few out of the whole line that doesn't really need a Mega Evolution. But like I was saying, if, like, for instance, Game Freak gave Vaporeon a Mega Evolution, then it's just going to be a matter of time until all the eeveelutions get a Mega Evolution. So that's pretty much all I can go off of on, like, Espeon. But nonetheless, even if we do get a Mega Espeon, this is pretty much what I would like to actually have Mega Espeon stats to look like. And as you can tell from what I've done to its stats, I did increase everything but left its physical attack alone. Now, like I said in my previous eeveelution Mega Evolution videos, most of the eeveelutions are special attackers, so I just left them alone, left the physical attack alone on Espeon, because who's going to use a physical Espeon? I mean, come on, when it comes down to it, like, if you're going to be using an Espeon in competitive play, no one's going to use it. So I just left its physical attack alone. Now, for its special attack, I increased it from base 130 to base 150. The same thing, like I said in my Mega Jolteon video, I believe it was my Mega Jolteon video. It's been a while since I recorded, but I know I said this in one of the videos, but some of the eeveelutions have at least one of the same base stat, like, for instance, like a base 110 stat. Like, for instance, Jolteon and Espeon have a base 130 and a base 110. They're pretty much just flipped. Jolteon speed's at base 130 and Espeon's special attack's at base 130, and pretty much they just swapped its special attack and speed. So I increased them the same, from base 130 to base 150. Same thing for its speed. I increased it from base 110 to base 130. Espeon as itself is fast enough as it is already, so that's what I really like about Espeon. It's just so good in competitive play because it's so fast, and it can be either offensive attacker or it can be like a screens Pokemon. Now, that's what a lot of people like to use Espeon for in competitive play. Now, as you can tell from what I've done to its defenses, I increased its physical defense from base 60 to base 90. Obviously, its physical defense is a glass cannon without, like, a Mega Evolution, because with base 60 physical defense, there's literally going to be no way Espeon is going to be living a super effective physical type attack. So I wanted to increase it to base 90, that way it has some sort of bulk to it when it comes down to it. And same thing for its special defense. I only increased it just a little bit from base 95 to base 115. Already its special defense is high and can take maybe one or two, like, for instance, a Shadow Ball for an example. It can live one or two, but I increased it to base 115 just to have some special defensive bulk to it as well. Now, like I was saying, when it comes down to competitive play with Espeon, Espeon is pretty much known for being the screens Pokemon. You give this thing a Light Clay, Reflect, Light Screen, and you're pretty much set to go. And also, it's known for being a Magic Bounce user, because I actually do have an Espeon on one of my teams that has that exact same set. It has Light Screen, Reflect, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Fighting, if I'm not mistaken. And I actually gave it the Light Clay, and it just does the work, what I need it to do, because it's so fast, and I know I can get off the screens like pretty much in an instant, and I know I can live like a physical type attack or a special type attack. But depending on which one you want to set up first, is pretty much depends on like your team's defensive stat. Like for instance, Espeon's physical defense is complete shit as a regular Espeon at base 60, so most of the time I like to set off the Reflect depending on what my opponent has out, because usually they like to either Sucker Punch or Shadow Sneak my Espeon, so I like to get the Reflect up first and foremost. Now granted, like I said, it is super effective against Shadow Sneak, which is a priority move, but sometimes depending on what Pokemon it's coming from, I can live that. It's just pretty much based on personal preference, I would say, but that's pretty much what everyone likes to use Espeon for. Now as a regular base stat, as an Espeon is at 525, and with the Mega Evolution is going to be at 625. Now for its ability, like I said, in my first eeveelution mega video, I said I was going to have something in common with all the eeveelutions, and that's pretty much going to be their ability. Now what I wanted to do for their ability is that I wanted them to have like an ability like Pixelate, for an example, on all the eeveelutions corresponding to their type. So for Espeon, I gave it a new ability called Mediumate. It may sound stupid, but I really couldn't think of a clever or a unique name for this type of an ability, but pretty much what it does is that it turns normal type moves into psychic type moves, or for instance the corresponding type. So since, like I said, Espeon is a psychic type, I decided to actually give it an ability that turns normal type moves into psychic type moves for Espeon. Now the reason why I'm doing that is because all the eeveelutions get access to Hyper Voice. I mean, that's pretty much the strongest special move I would say for an eeveelution if they get this type of an ability. And obviously Sylveon does have Pixelate, so pretty much what everyone likes to do is just spam Hyper Voice. I mean, I know I like to spam Hyper Voice too whenever I use a Sylveon, because no one's going to use like a cute charm Sylveon. Everyone uses a Pixelate Sylveon. But like I was saying, it actually adds on some more stab type moves, because then normal type moves will turn into their corresponding types. And also, like I was saying, Hyper Voice is technically, I would say, I wouldn't say the strongest, but it's the most used special move to use for these type of abilities, depending on which Pokemon has this type of an ability like this. Like for instance, I don't know, Glalie, there we go. I've never seen a Hyper Voice Glalie. Everyone uses like Explosion, so that's part of the reason why I think Hyper Voice is a good move for Espeon. And also some of the eeveelutions, obviously like Leafeon and Flareon, are physical type attackers, and before you evolve Eevee into the corresponding Eevee type or eeveelution you want, it does get access to Double Edge. So before you evolve Eevee into the eeveelution you want, teach it Double Edge, and then whenever like the eeveelutions get a Mega Evolution, like for instance if you're going to, I don't know, Mega Evolve Espeon for an example, it's going to get Double Edge, and Double Edge is going to be a very, very powerful stab 120 base physical type attack power, and plus you get a 33% boost to that move, or to normal type moves that turn into psychic type moves, or the corresponding moves. It's just going to be doing a lot of damage. So that's what I wanted to do for all the eeveelutions, give them some sort of like something that they all have in common, and that's pretty much their ability. Now for its typing, I left it alone as Psychic. I mean, honestly, there's really no reason for me to actually add on another typing for the eeveelutions, because I think just leaving it as their corresponding type is perfect enough. So that's why I left it alone as Psychic. So with that, there is Mega Espeon. So anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Now, if you guys missed the previous one Mega Evolve video, it will be in the description box down below, so you guys can go and check it out after this video. And the next Pokemon we are going to be talking about, I believe next week, is Umbreon. So yes, we're going to finish off the Johto region's eeveelutions with Umbreon. Obviously there's only 2 in Johto, and then after that we're going to move on to Sinnoh, but that's for a later day. But like I was saying, on Tuesday we are going to be talking about Mega Umbreon. So with that, like I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.